something I'm really excited about right now in my web development career. In case you didn't know, I'm learning web development. I'm not like a professional web developer, but I do web development for money, so I guess that could technically make me a professional in a way. It's not my full-time job, if that makes sense. But I discovered something really cool. I love Laravel. I love PHP and Laravel. And the last project that I did in Laravel was really challenging because, not because the project in itself was challenging, but because it was, I realized that web development is complex, and I had a hard time doing just even basic things, not because they were difficult, but just because they took a long time. Like just creating the, like for a certain type of thing, creating the CRUD operations, the create, read, update, and delete operations. Like that's just, it's something that you have to do on everything, and it takes a lot of time. And so I started looking for solutions to this problem, how I might be able to build these applications quicker. And I ran across something called a CRUD builder, which there's many different ones, but basically what it does is that you take any type of entry, and it builds the pages for the CRUD operations, the create, read, update, and delete. So for example, let's say you have a website that you want to have blog posts on, and it will automatically generate the pages that will create a blog post, that will display a blog post, it comes up with an editing interface for the blog post, and it'll delete it. And that's really cool because it takes like 99% of the work out of extremely common things. And you want to do that. You want to be able to, like, the stuff that you do on every single website, no matter what website it is, that's the stuff that you want to automate. The stuff that you don't want to automate is the stuff that is odd and custom and different on every single website. That's stuff you don't want to automate. So there's a separation between things that can be automated and things that cannot be automated. And the last project that I did, the reason it was so difficult is because I was trying to code the entire thing from scratch. I used Laravel as a base, but coding the rest of it from scratch on top of that. And that's not the right way to do it. You have to, if you want to do things in a reasonable amount of time, you have to start at a place that has most of the work of all of the common stuff that you're going to be needing to do anyways done. And that's one of the things that I'm realizing is great about WordPress, is that like 99% of it's done. You just change and tweak the little portions of it that you need in order to make it what you want to be. And WordPress does pigeonhole you into doing things their way, but like I said in the last video, that's something that is not needed in most cases. WordPress does a lot for you. So I found these things called CRUD builders for Laravel, and it's like it takes a lot of the work out of building a custom site. And it's stuff that you're going to be doing anyways. You're going to be creating routes. You're going to be creating CRUD operations on everything. You're going to be, like, if you need to have certain types of fields, you're going to need a text input field, you're going to need a WYSIWYG editor, you're going to need a file uploader. Like, all of those things are, it takes basically your one line of text, the type of item that it is, and then you just tell it what types of fields there are on there, and it builds the pages for those create, read, updates, and deletes. And that, I think, is amazing, because you're going to need to do that stuff anyway. So why not just have a one-button solution that builds it all for you, and then where you need to customize it, you can. The code is already written, there's no troubleshooting to do, it's already done. So yeah, do that. The particular one that I'm using, that I'm really liking at the moment, is called Craftable, which I looked at a few different ones. Voyager was one of them that I looked at. I looked at a few different ones, but it's great. I love it. I love Craftable because of the way that it doesn't do very many things for you. All it does is it generates the routes for you. It generates the CRUD views for you, the controllers for those, and the models. Well, you have to make the model, but you build the model, and it uses that as a base and generates the rest of the information off of the model, which is, it's amazing. So you can just have that one page and then click the button and it generates the rest. It's a little bit different for other CRUD generators, but this one I like because you still have your hands in the weeds of it. You're still coding. You're not just using a drag and drop editor, which kind of, you don't have as much control as I would like. And I like having a little bit of control, but I like having the control where I can manipulate the code and see how it works, but I don't want it to completely overtake something. Because one of the things that I had a problem with on some of these CRUD builders that I looked at was that you did the CRUD builder, and then if you wanted to do anything else to your website, you had to basically do it through their CRUD builder, because it was generating the code for you. And with Craftable, it's a little bit different. It's like all it's doing is writing the code for you, but then you manipulate the code to change the way that you want it to be, not you use their editor, and anything that you want to do has to be done with the editor, and if you mess with the code, then it breaks the editor. That's not what Craftable is. Craftable is different. It generates the code and it expects you to edit the code. That's why it's a one-button solution. It only does one thing. It generates the code. So if you want to manipulate it, you can. It's not going to break their editor because they don't have an editor. It's just a button that generates a CRUD operation for you. And I really like that. And I think that's not the right solution for every situation, but it makes it so that using Laravel as a platform is still Laravel, even though you're using a CRUD generator. So I really like that. So I'm excited about it. I wanted to talk about it. I don't know if I don't know if it's useful information, but this YouTube channel is just me talking about things that I want to talk about. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because I make videos like this pretty much every day, every work day, because I'm just driving to work. And so if you hit the subscribe button, you'll see, and the bell, I guess the bell is important, I've heard. And I want to hear your comments down below, because I'm curious what you think about all of this stuff. So I will see you tomorrow in the next video, and yeah, I'll see you then.